I'm going to throw a party at 100 subs.
I'm drinking at 100 subs.
I'm drinking right now. Welcome back to the channel. We're just two dudes who like to break stuff down. Today we break down some bad boys, that being Conor McGregor and Jake Paul. The resurfacing beef, which has now come to a final response from McGregor, as both, well, it's at the point of us recording, McGregor's about to fight, which I think is going to heavily influence what happens next. But here we are talking about a potential future of Jake Paul and Conor.
I think I hate the fact that this is a thing. I'm gonna be honest. That Jake Paul and Conor McGregor are in the same
talking points?
Yeah,
like
in
the same headlines.
They're in the same sentences together. And like the fact that the Paul brothers have managed the Paul brothers.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna go.
You can redo it.
Just the fact that the Paul brothers have managed to finagle their way into this scene so well. All right.
Oh, you're trying to finagle it.
I mean, they've managed somehow to be talking to the biggest fighters, fighting the biggest fighters in the world, and they were just two idiots. What, on Vine that started?
Yeah, let's first dive into the background beef and then get to relevant stuff and why this actually could make some sense for the future of being a fight. Dude,
what's your favorite?
Sorry, we were just having a conversation and the video starts playing.
Hey, what's your favorite kind of beef? Shut the fuck up, you Irish cunt!
What the fuck is up, you Irish cunt? Good morning, Conor McGregor. I know you're probably beating up old dudes in a bar right now, or maybe you're jacking off because you're sick of fucking your wife. I mean, she's a 4, Conor. You could do a lot better, but happy Monday.
Holy frick. For some reason, I thought he said you're jacking off old men and beating off.
If he makes that up, maybe you're beating off old guys in a bar right now.
And jerking off a glass of whiskey. He knows how to get your attention, and he knows how to, he doesn't care if you hate him, so he plays into that role. I hate to admit it, but he plays it really well. He does not care about being the villain.
Right.
My team sent you a $50 million offer this morning. $50 million cash, proof of funds, the biggest fight offer you've ever been offered, but you're scared to fight me, Conor. You're ducking me because you don't want to lose to a fucking YouTuber. You're 0-1 as a boxer. I'm 2-0 as a boxer. I just came off the 8th biggest pay-per-view event in history, but you want to fight Dustin Prober, who has less followers on Instagram than my fucking dog. That's a fact. And Dana White, you're a fucking pussy too, you ugly fucking bald bitch.
You ugly, think of a word. What can I say? What can I say? Bald!
Fucking bald bitch!
It's like all the cells were being used at that time.
There's a brain block that he was trying to get past, and he's like, oh.
It's like the 16th time recording. It's like, ah!
Come on, Jake, you got this one. You can say it. Fucking bald.
Bald!
You said there's 0% chance of this fight happening, but there's 0% chance of you getting some fucking pussy. Conor, you're scared. Dana, you're scared. Sign the fucking contract, you idiots. Jesus fucking Christ. Irish bitch.
There's a lot of anger.
I don't understand. What did he do? And is he going to fight Dana White too? What's going on?
I mean, yeah, at one point you got to respect it, but at the other point, I understand why everyone hates him.
And I always have to wonder, back in my head, what's actually going on behind the scenes as far as, did he reach out to them? He's like, hey, I'm going to make this.
Oh, I mean, that was a huge point of contention. Was that $50 million offer even legit? Which he went on to try and explain that those funds are legit. I can't speak to much of that, but he tried to explain it.
Where's this money coming from? Is it real? Is this the real deal?
As fuck.
Who's,
Yeah, real as fuck.
Where's it coming from, man? Like, that's a lot of money.
I'm backed by billionaires, real estate, commercial real estate billionaires.
I'm backed by billionaire commercials, baby.
Commercial real estate millionaires.
Bald people back me, baby. Billionaire bald babies, pussy.
I'm gonna show you the proof of funds right here. Billionaires, New York, Signature Bank. Look at this shit right here. You can see this on camera?
Let me see.
Look at this email. Signature Bank.
Hold on, let me get this.
Signature Bank.
I'm reading. Yeah.
I'm writing you a request of principal above. Please be advised as a long-term client, his banking relationship, Signature Bank, has liquid balances in excess of $50 million.
So
I'm backed by commercial billionaires, bro. Come on.
Look, I have no idea what that proved, to be honest with you.
I don't know either. I have to go back and watch it, but it sounded like it just said that they have $50 million in liquid assets, so they have $50 million in cash total. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're offering that $50 million.
I feel like he's talking about a bank that has $50 million liquid, and they're like, "We want to give it all to Conor."
Right.
What do you think, Jake?
It's different to say, and maybe they do back him, whatever that means, and support him, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be giving away that $50 million in assets for a fight.
But, and again, this is way back in the day. It's slowly come full circle. At the time, McGregor actually kind of did respond, and he called, it seemed like the Paul brothers, but mainly Jake, the people that were calling him out at the time, confused little kids. And there was nothing much else for a response.
Got YouTubers calling you out, mate.
That is what it is. We'll see what happens, That's it. I'm not really. He seems like a confused little kid to me, to be honest. Now he's willing to get in, so I'm not. I don't know what'll happen. It's not on the radar at the minute with the young lad. I know I have a teammate that him and Dylan have been back and forth, so you never know. But I'm excited to see, fair play to them. Fair play to the Logan guy getting in with Floyd. I'm excited to see how that goes.
And this was also shortly after Jake Paul and Dylan Dennis, who I believe is part of McGregor's team, were kind of going at it. Remember he was TPing him, and that was him. Yeah, throwing toilet paper at him. So he's obviously, Jake, not even wanting to go after Dylan now because he's at that point even probably too big for him.
Yeah.
So gets after Dylan to maybe go after Conor. And Conor's response is just, they're kind of like little kids. But I don't know, man.
That's probably the best way someone like Conor McGregor could belittle someone like Jake Paul, of just acting like, oh, he seems a little confused. He's a confused little boy. He's trying to get into the boxing scene. He's trying to fight a little bit.
Yeah, he can't get into an actual fight talk with him because then he's actually showing him the respect of an actual fighter. So yeah, he sticks to the little, like, you're a little YouTuber, you're a confused kid.
That's the best insult, in my opinion. That's what I would do. If I was Conor McGregor, that's how I would treat Jake Paul, just as like a little YouTube boy.
But it seems that the ringing of the Jake Paul name has gotten to Conor. At the point of us recording, it's actually the day of McGregor versus Poirier, number 3. The winner of that fight going to determine probably a lot for both of their futures, including McGregor. But he has now recently talked about Jake Paul, who has clearly been a huge pull in name in the fighting scene, which is, again, it's crazy we're saying, which prompted another response from Conor.
2 Paul brothers ringside also, cage side.
I couldn't care about them 2 dingbats.
So you don't see any future where you box either of those 2?
I don't see so, but never say never. I mean, if they're gonna keep competing and whatnot, who knows? But dingbats, the 2 of them.
And that starts out where he's like, dingbats, and then it sounded like he wasn't gonna say a single thing, and then he's like, never say never. You have to be thinking like this is now a possibility.
He probably is so aggravated with the amount of people that bring this up to him, of like, hey, you gonna fight Jake Paul? Hey, you gonna fight Jake Paul? In public, in interviews, constantly being asked about it. I bet he's just like, yeah, they're just idiots. It's dingbats. And then eventually he's gonna give in.
I feel like it's gonna happen eventually. Win or lose, at the point of us recording for McGregor, if he pulls an eventual Mayweather where the bag is big enough, does that prompt him to fight either Logan and more likely probably Jake? In a sport that they've probably now trained more than he has in. I mean, we'll probably keep that for a future talking point. But even further, Jake, who, don't like him, but his genius continues, has now invested or bought a $100,000 chain of what he is coining as the Sleeping McGregor.
All right, we got my new $100,000 Nyquil McGregor, Sleepy McGregor chain made by Benny the Jeweler. Thank you.
Is it sponsored by NyQuil?
I don't know. Like, is that how you just get a $100,000 chain? Is like
it has to be sponsored by NyQuil.
I feel like it. Yeah,
because
he better put hashtag ad on that.
Because the Paul brothers, out of anyone, know about sponsorships and getting paid for branding. There's no shot he just gave NyQuil a free ad like that, and that was so weird. I mean, so out of the blue.
And then even more so, if it's sponsored by NyQuil, he shouts out the jeweler. Yeah. So that money could have gone directly into Jake's pocket. The jeweler would have done it just for the publicity. So it's like next level possible thinking.
All he has to do is look at this chain. This is the Nyquil chain.
I wish he would have pulled out like, and this is my Advil chain, and I got Tylenol too. I got 3 headache-free McGregor chains.
For some reason, I expected to be like dripping in Nyquil. You know, like,
Just like oozing like Gusher blue liquid. Like, you remember Gushers?
people are like, man, I can't sleep. And he just pulls out the chain. He's like, here, drink some. You can have some.
Hey, McGregor, you better win tonight, otherwise your career is over. And if you lose, that $50 million bet I gave you won't be on the table anymore. So don't choke like you normally do. Sleepy McGregor, don't go night-night. NyQuil McGregor, fucking bitch.
Can you imagine wearing a chain with a shirtless guy
Another dude on it
around your neck?
that like you want to fight. Like Jake Paul is wearing another dude on his neck, and that's supposed to be, and it probably is getting in McGregor's head, but that's supposed to be your taunt. I imagine the world we are in. You might as well have like bought a Barbie doll and then of Conor McGregor and just put it in your house. You know, like it's kind of weird.
And embed some diamonds into it.
Yeah,
Just to like make it real
NyQuil
fancy.
Barbie.
I think if I'm Conor, obviously, okay, we talk about this almost every episode. Obviously, we don't make any money. So like if I'm Conor, I'm taking that deal. Like 10 out of 10 times. Why wouldn't you? If you see the money that's in fighting the Paul brothers, which is their biggest draw for anyone, yeah, they're going to get more pay-per-view than anyone else.
I mean, I think the eventual question comes down between legacy and money, and Mayweather has clearly found the way to get both because he has not lost any of these money fights.
Right.
And they haven't really dented his legacy, I would say, whatsoever, while he still gets paid. I think we'll leave that for a future discussion because we've now gone full circle, and sometime after this video or before...
At some point
after this video, the fight will be known between McGregor and Poirier, which will definitely determine if Jake Paul is going to be a future option for someone like Conor. What do you guys do? Do you think it's going to happen, the fight between the two? And what do you think about the trash talk and the beef as well?
Oh, the beef.
Until next time, you guys take care of yourself, all right? Yeah, you ready? We'll catch you back here sometime soon. Yo, that's way too loud, dude. Gentle with the meat.